Day 3. Let us begin with a scripture reading from John 1. NRK Ein ho logos Kai ho logos Ein pros ton theo Kai theos Ein ho logos Hutos Ein arche pros ton theo En arche en ho logos kai ho logos en pros ton theon kai theos en ho logos hutos en arche pros ton theon. Very good. So that is the text from John's Gospel, chapter 1. So this we have it here transliteration in RK, in O logos, and it goes on. Good. Now let's. So how are you all? Good.
Yes, Father.
Good, Father.
Yes,
Very
Father.
good. So how was week? Went on well?
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
Quite good.
How do you find Greek today? Greek is still Greek to you?
Yeah. Yes, in a way.
Somewhat, Father.
Identify the letters anyway.
Father, the homework was very interesting
Super.
and very helpful as well.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
yes.
It pushed you to somehow try and blend the syllables or sounds together. Just a small request, if you can give it to us like a day prior,
Sure.
if
Maybe
it's
I will
possible.
try to
If
give
it's
the
possible.
same. Sure. I shall.
Yes, thank you, Father. Thank you.
Okay. Any other difficulty or any other observation?
For the space in the diphthongs pronunciation
Okay.
was not sufficient for ave and ave.
Okay.
Yes.
In the sheet.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Even I had that question.
Yes.
Father, if you can just revise the diphthongs, very briefly if possible, because there's a little
Okay.
confusion in the two sounds,
Okay. Sure.
which Terence has mentioned.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you, Father.
And Mr. Terence also was asking at the beginning of the class about the accents. So that also I will take note. Very good. Any other difficulty with regard to methodology?
Father, also the video, if it could be given a little earlier. Sorry, but it helps to revise, and the second revision does help to clear a lot of the doubts.
Okay. So in fact, the video was put on the same day, but I didn't share the link because I thought YouTube would make a.
I saw that in YouTube.
Yeah, I had presumed that it will be
Sorry.
suggested to you, but no problem. I'll put the link here.
Father, if you can just explain Iota Subscript again, the three sounds, because I'm not very clear with it. The alpha, eta, and omega. When the subscripts are there, what are the sounds that actually, the pronunciations of those sounds?
Okay, sure.
That's it.
Very good. Super. Anything else? And I went through, 3 of you have sent me the homework, so I went through. So I'm very happy that you are following things up amidst your other responsibilities and you take time for them. And also you are doing well. So congratulations to you. So,
Father, I missed that question. How does the Iota subscript change the pronunciation? I should have written no, but I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So please take that, it's no.
Yeah. Good, sir. So,
Father, just an observation that helped me as a learner
yes, ma'am.
was the capital to lowercase exercise. I think that was very helpful for me in the
Okay.
homework because it forced me to recognize the letters more clearly.
Okay.
At the same time, it helped me with the syllables or the sounds.
Very
So
good.
that was very helpful. Thank you, Father.
Very good, Sherry. Thank you. Super. So welcome, Mr. Victor. We are just trying to see whether any problem is there in the exercise or whether we are able to cope.
Yeah. Good morning, Father. Yeah.
Morning, Victor. Very good. Okay, so anything else on the methodology, on the content? Okay, fine, good. I also feel happy with you that you collaborate well and try to patient some shortcomings due to network issues last time also. Good, very good. So you are all proactive people. So good. To begin with, first one, Iota Subscript. Iota Subscript is primarily a concept. Okay, it's only like when we see a foreign script. So what we say, like we try to see three things. Number one, form. Number two, name. Number three, sound. So any foreign script, suppose you come across a Devanagari script or Malayalam script, or you try to make sense of it. So the first thing we try to make sense is the form. So how it's written. So from where it is begun and where it ends. It's the form. Second one, it would have a name, usually. Sometimes the name is associated with the sound it makes. For example, A, it makes a sound of A, and also it's the name, it's A. So that is A. And thirdly, the sound. So these three, when we look at any foreign script, we try to look at these three. Number one is form. Number two is sound. Number two is name. Number three is sound. Usually name and sound, they go together. But when it comes to the form here, sometimes just in the passive Greek, as we said earlier, we need not produce the form. Only we need to recognize the form. So the work is actually off only. So we need to recognize. So there we are going to recognize now Iota Subscript. So Iota Subscript is actually Iota written underneath. So maybe I'll share my board here. So we are talking now about Iota Subscript. So Iota is an alphabet. In English, the English equivalent is I. And we said earlier, Iota is the shortest alphabet in Greek language. And when Jesus said that not even an iota will disappear without being fulfilled, he refers to this particular letter iota. Now we are talking about a concept that's called Iota Subscript. Suppose we have in Italian, so we have the word cafe. So we have a word here, cafe. So actually, A is one alphabet in Italian. Suppose we say. Say in Italian is if. So here we have this letter A and this letter A. So it's not E in Italian, it's A. So look at the two letters here. Both are same, but here it has an accent. But the form is different. In the sense, in a few words, such as the words imported from other languages, when this particular letter appears, it has a different form. This we call it accent, but actually it's a different form altogether for foreign imported words. So here, The sound is same. A. Say, cafe. Maybe here the emphasis here, we don't say cafe, but we say cafe. So the stress, the particular accent pulls the stress here, cafe. But look at the form here, it has a sound, A sound. So as far as the form is concerned, there is a little difference, but there is no sound in the, there is no difference in the sound. So form is different, but sound is same. So here, in the same way here, for three letters we have iota subscript. What are those letters? Eta,
alpha, and omega.
Eta, omega, and
alpha.
So alpha, so we go this order, alpha, eta, omega. Okay. So these three without alpha, eta, omega. So they have regular forms, alpha, eta, omega, and they have iota subscript, so written underneath. So this iota is placed underneath. So under alpha, we write it straight, but under eta, so it's written, it's aesthetically written here, so that there is a symmetry form between these two, then omega. Here, only the form changes, but no change in the sound. So this is alpha, this is eta, this is omega. And suppose we have here another concept, diphthong. If iota is written as a diphthong next to one alphabet, it has a sound, I. But here it does not have a difference in the sound. It is alpha, A, so it's not I, since it's written as a subscript. So if it is written as a diphthong that is adjacent to one alphabet, then it will have a sound, but here it's not sounded. So for the time being, let's understand iota subscript is a form that has no difference in the sound and that is written under three alphabets, alpha, eta, and omega. We'll take one example here. Look at the text here. So we have the word here, N, R, K. Here, alpha is here, rho, ki, eta. So under eta, so we have a iota subscript here under eta. So we don't say RK, but it's RK. As we pronounce this A, N, this also is pronounced, though it has a iota subscript. So this iota subscript is used for a poetic language or a poetic text, which we'll see towards the end. Why do they need these unnecessary accent marks, which we don't pronounce, but what is the significance of this in the text? We'll see them towards the end. Like when we take Greek literature, we'll see. For the time being, let's understand iota subscript is iota written underneath three alphabets, alpha, eta, and omega. It has no difference in the sound. Good, that's number one. Coming to diphthongs, already we have initiated here. So I said if its iota is written underneath, it is iota subscript, but it is written next to it, so it is I. So look at the word here, I. So earlier we said, suppose we here, Kai. Kai means and. Earlier when Greek didn't have preposition, the punctuation marks, this particular word was used much. Kai could mean and, kai could mean stop, kai could mean but. So it can have many usages. But for the time being, in the Koine Greek, we have the meaning is and. So we don't say, suppose we have to pronounce it, it has three separate letters. So we have three letters, that is kappa, alpha, iota. So it's supposed to be pronounced as ka-i. But we don't say ka-i, but we say I. Why do we say like that? We say because it's a diphthong. Diphthong has two alphabets, but one sound. So sound is 1, alphabets are 2. So that's why we say it's a kai, I sound. So it's more or less like in English equivalent. Suppose we say ice cream. And we may ask, already we have iota. Why do we need diphthong? So you remember here, in Greek, this particular iota is always pronounced as E, like double E, never as I. So to get that sound, they make use of diphthong. The first one, diphthong is actually a combination of 2 alphabets, primarily 2 vowels. 2 vowels make 1 sound. Like in English, we have oil. O plus I make together oil. That sound. We don't have that particular oil sound in English. So to create that oil sound, we use 2 vowels together. And vowels placed together as 2 vowels, they make 1 sound. So 2 in 1. That is diphthong. That the die is 2, and we make a sound is 1. So 2 into 1 is diphthong. How many diphthongs are there?
8.
8.
Very good. Okay, super. So we have in the exercise also. Now let's take the text here. Let's try to identify the diphthong. N, is there a diphthong?
No.
Very good. RK.
No.
No.
Good. N.
No.
Ko.
No.
Okay. Logos. So because all single vowels.
No.
Second line.
Kai.
Look here. Kai.
Kai. Is there?
I
Yes.
is a diphthong. Very good.
Diphthong.
I is a diphthong. Then the same place. Okay. Look here. AO.
AO.
Theo.
AO.
Is it a diphthong or 2 sounds?
Yes.
Yes.
Father, aren't there 3 vowels there?
No.
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 Okay.
2.
2.
Okay.
Epsilon, Omicron.
And
This is not a diphthong.
No.
Yeah.
This is
No,
not
no,
a diphthong, no,
diphthong.
Father?
No diphthong.
not a
Yeah.
diphthong.
No.
Because there are
Very
diphthongs
good.
are not with Omicron.
Okay, diphthongs are not written with Omicron. Very good, super. So diphthongs are formed only with what?
Iota and Upsilon.
Iota and epsilon. So here it's not a diphthong, but it's 2 vowels. So it is they, on. They, on. Very good. Let's see. They, os. Here. Is it a diphthong or 2 vowels?
No, 2 vowels.
Super. That's it. So we have here, and come here. This one. Omicron.
And Upsilon.
Yes, this is a diphthong.
This is a diphthong.
Okay. Well, how is it sounded?
Who?
Who as in moon.
Who as in moon.
Who as in moon. Okay.
Moon.
And here we have one more thing here. Breathing.
Yeah.
Is it a smooth breathing or rough breathing?
Rough.
Rough breathing.
Rough breathing.
No sport.
No. Smooth is ordinary inverted. But if it's reverse,
Rough. Rough breathing.
rough.
But
So
there
what
is some.
the difference between rough and smooth?
Father,
No special pronunciation for smooth.
H is added.
Yeah,
It
so
is
it's a rough. Rough as a H sound. So it is hutos. It is not hutos. It is
Hutos.
hutos. Okay, but here, look at the breathing here. So this is called soft, smooth breathing. Yin. This is called breathing. So it has a H sound. It is yin, but it is hutos. I'll explain here. So we take these 2 words here. So now we are looking at breathing. So look here. So this is, if it's written this way, this is smooth breathing. And if it's written opposite way, it is rough breathing.
Start.
So this has no sound and this has H sound. Okay. Suppose we say, how would you say? How would you pronounce?
Ah.
Ah. Very good.
Ah.
Suppose we put this way.
Ah.
Ha.
Ha.
Oh.
Very-
Ha.
Ha.
Oh.
Ha.
E.
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 He.
He.
E.
He.
So it is
He.
he. Okay. With epsilon.
A.
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 Hey.
This is
Hey.
Hey.
okay.
He.
Hey.
So this is written on the top. Suppose we have a word like this here. We take the word. The letter alpha. So we have here
Al.
Alpha.
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 We just
Alpha.
pronounce
Alpha.
as
Alpha.
Alpha.
Okay,
Alpha.
good. Suppose we say it's for argument's sake, we have it as rough
Alpha.
breathing.
Hal.
Alpha.
Alpha. Alpha. Suppose we want to say so this is alpha. For just argument's sake, we have it as hey. Okay, so this breathing is placed on the first vowel. Earlier, you remember our Amy.
Yes.
Amy means what?
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am. So here, now this is the first one. First one we said on the first, only is another thing to note, I didn't say the other day. This breathing appear only on vowels.
Vowels.
Okay, only on vowels, not on other
And that too,
alphabet
first
consonants.
vowel, right?
Yeah, that's the first one. Okay, that's number one. And if suppose we have two vowels here, that is a diphthong. Where place the
So on the second vowel.
so on the second one. So here it is Amy. Here. So we have two vowels here, but one sound. So it's placed on the second A. And we have word here.
Father, are you sharing your screen?
Not getting? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So suppose we have the word photos. So I said here, alpha we have written here, alpha with a rough breathing, it's alpha. We are now looking into the second argument, that is diphthong. Suppose two vowels are there, where do we place the breathing? So we place the breathing on the second vowel, I said. So we have the first example here, Amy. The second one is, suppose we have from the text, photos. So it is photos, it is not photos. And always we must remember to write the breathing. Because if breathing is not there, the meaning may change. For example, if somebody reads as photo, it will be different. But if it's written as photo, it is supposed to be he. So that way, it makes the meaning different. So it's a breathing is very, very important. Accent is not as important as breathing. So at the initial stage, when we learn, it is enough that we master only the breathing. So we need not worry about the accent. So we need not, because there are different rules and different schools follow different rules for English, for Greek accent. For the timing, let's only be careful to place the breathing, but let's not be worried about the accent. Now, third question will come. Suppose there is a capital letter, where do we place? Suppose we have here. Suppose we have to start a sentence like Amy. Suppose I say I am Terence, and I have to begin this sentence here. I am Amy. So here, since it's the second one, it has no problem. Suppose I have to say, oh, logos. The word was good. So I have oh, logos. So here I have to place a breathing, but it's a capital letter. Maybe we'll put it a little more big. So it's a capital letter. So we don't put a breathing on the capital letter. but what we put in.
Before.
So it is so low. But if it's a diphthong, no problem. The first letter will be capital, but still we can place here. But when it begins with the other regular vowels, we need to place the breathing in front. Getting it? Very good. So that is,
Father, you said breathing?
yeah, breathing. This is a rough breathing.
Rough breathing, okay.
Yeah, like we said here, no. So here we said we place it on the vowel, but if it's a capital letter, we place it in front. So in the sense we begin with the breathing. Only for capital.
All right, Father.
Capital, okay. So good. They are very rare. So let's not.
Breathing on the blank space before the.
Yeah, breathing on the blank space. Very good, sir. So suppose we have here. So here. Suppose we have to write a name, Alisha, and the breathing would be here. Ah. So we don't place it above or over the capital. So it's not allowed. Okay, good. So this is smooth breathing and this is rough breathing. So we have now iota subscript, diphthong, and accents. As I said, we need not worry at this stage. Maybe after 4 or 5 days, it's good. Very good. And Cheryl was telling that capital letter learning was helpful. So now we'll quickly run through the exercise. I hope. And you can take the paper. You have taken photo and sent me, or you have worked by yourself. Okay. Good. So how do you pronounce this?
I.
Good. Oh, okay, maybe we'll take names. Mr. John, you pronounce this sound and give a word.
Hi. What word? No.
Maybe you can say, for example, for the time being, let's say English. High, height.
I.
High, height.
Uh,
Or kai, you can say. Or you can think of any high sound.
By.
Ice cream.
I'll.
Yeah, my.
I'll.
Nothing coming to mind. Other.
Okay, aisle in the seats, in the plane or in trains. Window seat, aisle seat. Okay, aisle.
I.
So that's a I sound. Good. Miss Dagmar?
Yes, Father. Oi, as
Very
in
good.
toil, boil.
Toil, toy. Okay, very good. Ivanka?
Yeah, that would be U as in moon.
Super, very good. James?
It's ew as in ever.
As in?
Ever.
Ever would be.
Ever, not ever. E-W-E-R. Ever. It's a jug.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
On E-V-E-R. E-W-E-R.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Ever.
Mr. Terence?
That is A.
Okay. Yay. Super. As
8.
Very
8.
good. Very good. Alisha?
Owl.
Okay. Ow. As in?
Owl.
Very good. Super. Mrs. Zenith?
Yes, Father. Father, it will be like
This one.
like queen. Queen.
Okay. We as in?
We as in queen.
Very good. Super. Mr. Victor? First the sound. Eta and upsilon together.
You are muted. Victor.
Okay, Victor,
yes,
maybe
it
this
is
one.
Eve,
Yeah, Eve.
evil,
Eve, maybe able, that Eve. Okay, that sound alone we can take Eve. Super. Super. Thank you. So these are the
Excuse me for
diphthongs.
that.
Yes.
For this ev and ev, you can straight away write in Tamil as ev.
Yeah, ev and ev we can write that way, sir.
Are there any examples? Any examples?
Pardon?
Any examples for the last one?
Okay. We don't have much.
Behave.
So because we said we begin with the a sound, but with a b sound. That's a soft b, like ave, plant. So
all right.
We don't have many examples for this ave.
Okay.
Could it be behave?
Very good. So behave. Super. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take note.
Behave.
Father, in save.
Shave. Yeah.
Save.
Very good.
Eve.
Eve. So anything Eve sound. And even Eve. Eve. Good. Very good. So we have good many. That's good. Thank you. Now let's go to the second section. Write out Iota Subscript letters. Mr. Francis, what are the 3 Iota Subscript letters?
Alpha.
Very good.
Eta.
Alpha, eta, omega.
Alpha, eta, and omega. Good. Very good.
That question was, how does the Iota Subscript change the pronunciation?
Okay. So it does not change the pronunciation.
Yeah, does not change. No.
It's the same. Only the form changes, no change in the pronunciation. Okay. So just we answer no. How does the Iota Subscript? Okay. Very good. Super. Let's go to the next one. So we take Miss Cheryl, you would begin with this?
Yes, Father. So, the first 2 letters are N.
Okay.
That is eta and.
What's the name of first one?
Eta.
Eta.
And the second capital letter is
Nu.
Nu.
Nu. Super. Together?
N.
N. Okay. N. Good. Very good. You please continue. Yeah.
So the tau.
Very good.
And the other one's Omicron.
Super. Together?
So N-to.
Very good. N-to. Super.
To.
Continue.
The next one is Phi. Then the letter I've written is alpha.
Omega.
Sorry, omega. Phi, omega, sigma.
Okay.
And the sounds I got was force.
Very good. Force. N-to. Force.
Force. To again. N-to, force, to. Alpha. Lambda.
Super.
Again, there's a eta.
Very good.
Then this one is eta. So al and iota, the capital
Very
iota.
Good.
Then there's a nu or that's Omicron, and again a nu. So al-ethnon.
Okay. Alethinon.
Alethinon. Okay.
Alethinon.
Okay.
Very good.
Alethinon.
Okay. Next one, maybe Miss Ivanka, you would continue.
Yes, the next one is Omicron.
Yeah.
So O. Then it is Phi.
Very good.
Omega. Tau. Iota. Zeta. Eta. Iota.
Very good. Could you try to pronounce this?
Yeah. Fortizai.
Very good. For T-zay. Super.
Fortizai. Okay.
Okay, good. Next one, you would continue.
Yes. P alpha. Nu. Tau alpha.
Very
so,
good.
Panta.
Panta. Super. Good. You could continue.
Alpha nu theta rho omega p omicron nu. So that is anthropion.
Anthropon.
Anthropon.
Okay. Anthropon. Very good. Super.
Anthropon.
Okay. Mr. Terence. Thank you, Ms. Ivanka.
Yes, Father. Epsilon, rho, chi, omicron, mu, epsilon, nu, omicron, nu.
Very good. Together?
Together, it is
Erchomenon.
Erchomenon.
Very good.
This menon looks like the same menon. Erchomenon.
Erchomenon. Good. Please continue.
Next one is epsilon.
Very good.
Iota, sigma.
Super.
That is ace.
Ace.
Ace. Tau, omicron, nu. Tau, omicron, nu. Ton. Kappa, omicron, sigma, mu, omicron, nu. Cosmon.
Cosmon. Very good. Super. Okay, good. So we'll just try to see the meaning.
Father, I just have a question.
Yeah.
At times you have the word cosmos and now you have the word cosmon. So cosmos and cosmon means world. Is
Very
the meaning the same?
Yes, same question.
Then anything else? So we can more or less guess now. So cosmon, you have guessed. Super. And Miss Ivanka, you read that word here, no? Anthropon. Can you guess any word?
Anthropology.
Very good. So anthropology. Very good. Super. Anthro. Then Panta. Pantheism, we say. Pantheism.
What?
Or panentheism.
5.
Penta. Penta is 5. Panta.
Penta, yes.
Panta. Pantheism. All. Pan means including all. Like pantheism, we say. All are gods. That's a belief in many gods.
Pan India, Pan America, something like that. Pan Roma.
Okay.
Pan
America. Okay. So the whole of America. That's a word. Pan. Okay. Panta. Very good.
Can
So
it be
even
every
that,
also?
every also. It could mean every, and in a collective sense, it would mean all. Very good. Super. And this one, science student, scientist also is here.
Light.
Phos. Any word?
Light.
Yeah, light.
Light. Phosphorus.
Very good.
Light.
So phosphorus. So phosphorus actually from here because it's prone to fire. So phosphorus. Very good. Here. Then alethinon. Aletheia. There are some corporate companies, Aletheia, and even some religious groups also, they have the name Aletheia. Aletheia means truth. Okay. Aletheia is truth. So here we have true light. So the true light, okay, again it's a verb here. So force is a noun here. Force to say is lightening or enlightening. So the true light was enlightening, or which was enlightening every person or all persons. Erchomenon. Erchomenon means erchomai, is to come. It's coming. Eis is a preposition into. Again, it's the article into the world. So the true light was coming, or the true light which was enlightening everyone was coming into the world. So that's from John 1:9. So already we are able to guess the words here. So good. So thank you for your attempt. So very good. Good. Okay, let's go to this interesting part, and with that we'll take a 2-minute break. Good. Come to number 3. Okay. Good. So who would like to try A?
The pen is mightier.
And that is C.
Than,
okay, you are trying C.
C.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Terence. The pen.
The pen is mightier than the sword, but is that zeta is coming there, but it should be sigma, right, Father?
Where?
That the pen is.
Okay, zeta. It
should be a sigma.
Okay, very good. So the pen is mightier
than the sword.
Very good.
Father, I have a small question.
Yes, ma'am.
In this proverb, when you put the sounds together, the word doesn't come as mightier, it comes as mid-tier.
Correct, yeah.
Like
so
with
only
the
we
syllables.
guess it. So
Yeah,
supposed to be here.
just with the syllables.
Diphthong should be there. Okay, super. So it's only a dynamic sense we try to understand. Very good. Good observation.
But Father, what kind of a diphthong? Because in English we write
supposed to be. So if it were to be alpha and iota. So if it were to be like that, we could guess mightier. So here.
Okay, thank you,
so
Father.
Instead of here, maybe. So if we had written so as like this, then it would mean mightier. Okay, so you are correct. It's mid-tier. Super. Good. Anyone else? Any of other 3?
Other the first one, a good heart conquers ill fortune.
Super. A good heart. So because it's not art, but it's heart because of the rough breathing. Super.
Because of the rough breathing.
Conquers ill fortune. Super. Good. Next one.
Father, C, I think it is. No, C we've done. B is all good things must come to an end.
Okay. So in B, all good things must come to an. Very good, Yuanka. Thank you. Last one.
For the D, learning is the eye of the mind.
Okay, so learning is the eye of the mind. Very good, super. Good, thank you. Just to get into the alphabet. So many have written well, so congratulations to. And if you have not done well, you could always now correct now. Good, super. So we just take 2 minutes. You relax.
One small remark further. In whatever proverbs you have written, where most of the places where you are supposed to write the sigma, you have taken zeta, probably.
Okay.
This one.
So very good. So zeta it's a flexible sound. That's why it's substituted. Very good. Thank you. Anyone tried typing in Greek? Oh, super, Yanka. Good, very good. So we have Greek keyboard also.
Oh, you just bring in Greek keyboard and then type it, is it?
Yeah, yes, that's it. Suppose we have here. I tried here. So here.
Okay.
So here we have here. So suppose you have to type here.
Father, we can't see the screen.
Oh, okay. So suppose we take a page here. So we need to type here. So you turn on here keyboard, Greek polytonic. Maybe initial stage you could enable the keyboard view. Then you start. For example, I say Terence.
Okay.
Terence.
Okay.
So suppose you have to type with the font is Elena.
Okay.
Elena.
Okay. So what is that font? This one you said that Poly Greek, is it?
Greek polytonic or Greek Elena, you can choose any of them.
Okay, Greek polytonic.
Even, yeah, it has a Windows also we have same. So in Windows, you change the language, input language, then you start type. Yeah. It's very simple because it's it goes by phonetic, so more or less you can guess. Suppose you are type for just F, it goes that way phonetic.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good. Now, thank you. So now we go to the expected learning outcomes that I wanted to propose. So today's is number 1, revision. We have revised alphabets, diphthongs and breathings, accents, iota subscript. And just we'll now revise Amy, then we'll go on with the lesson today. Good. Let's now come back to the screen. Okay. Amy, the present indicative of the infinitive to be. Let's quickly revise that. Okay, I'll call out name and I will tell in English, you translate into Greek. So before that, just we'll quickly revise. Amy is I am.
I am.
I am. Yay.
You are.
You are. First person singular. You are. Estin.
He,
It, he, she, it.
Is.
It.
Okay. Estin or est. Yes, men.
We are.
We are. Okay. Yasin.
Este.
I'm
You
telling
are.
it in. Yasin.
Okay. Yasin.
They are.
There.
They are.
They are. Este.
You are.
You are.
You are
Plural.
A masculine, singular, or collective. So together, Amy.
Me.
I am.
Yay.
Me.
You are.
Let's say in Greek. Amy.
Amy. Terence.
Yay. Estin.
Este.
Yesmen.
Este.
Este. Yasin.
Esther.
Yasin.
Okay, good. Very good. Mr. Terence. I am Terence.
Yes. Amy Terence.
Okay. Miss Alisha. I am Alisha.
Amy Alicia.
Good. Cheryl. I am Cheryl.
Amy Cheryl.
Okay. Victor. You are Yesu.
Yay, Yesu.
Yay.
Yesu.
Yesu. Very good. James. She is Dagmar.
Estin Dagmar.
Estin Dagmar. Okay, good. So we'll retain for plural just the word students. Okay. We are students. Dagmar.
Yes, men, students.
Students. Okay, very good. Mr. John, they are students.
Yestin, students.
Yasin.
AC,
Students.
students.
Okay. Mr. Zainab, they are students, feminine.
They are students. Students.
Same, it doesn't change. It doesn't change for gender. Okay. Yasin, students. Okay, it doesn't change for students. So the verb does not change.
Do we say that ASV further? We have to say only ASV, right? Further. ASV.
Yasin. Be AC. Supposed to be AC, but for the timing,
AC, yeah, AC.
Yasin together. Because
But that in comes only for the
it's followed by an
alphabet.
by a vowels.
Vowel alphabet.
Vowels. Yes. Good.
No, sorry, I didn't get that distinction. I thought it is for male and female. No.
No, first one, for male and female, same. So suppose I say,
Yes.
Amy Yesu, Amy Alisha, same. Okay, for a masculine singular, for a feminine singular, same. The same way, for masculine plural, feminine plural. They are students. Yasin, students. Feminine, same. They are students. Yasin, students. Okay, that's the first argument. The second one, which was asked, whether to use Yasi or Yasin. So because that nu is in bracket. So the bracket is there because on the nu, the full form is used only only vowel sound follows. For example, for argument's sake, maybe she is Alisha. So we say Yestin. Suppose we say she is Ivanka. We don't say Yestin, but still Ivanka has a vowel sound. Yeah. Maybe Victor we say. Yestin, Victor we say Yesti, Victor. That nu is pronounced only when the vowel sound comes after the word. Okay, good. That is nu. Super. Okay, Miss Ivanka, you are students. Second person plural.
Yeah, that would be este students.
Very good. Este students. Good. Super. So that we have revised Amy. So together once again, Amy, Yei,
E,
Yei,
Estin,
Yestin, Yesmen,
Esmen,
Yes,
Este,
and
Esin.
Yasin. Very good. Super. Now let's go to the next one. Little grammar. So we have revised here. Okay. So we'll try to understand certain grammatical terms. So already some linguists means people who are interested in linguistics and teachers are here, so don't be much problem. So number one, tense. By tense we mean time. So we have 3 times, that is present time, past time, future time, and together with this we have a concept called mode. For example, present, simple mode, continuous mode, perfect mode. So here, suppose I say present, the action is happening now. Past, action has happened already. Future, the action may happen in the near future. So by time we mean 3. But in Greek, there is a new concept called aorist. Aorist tense. Aorist tense is the past action, but the effect continues. So we'll see that's a new tense we'll see altogether, aorist tense. But for the timing, let's understand by tense we mean time. There are 3 times: present time, past time, and future time. And coming to the mood in the sense there are different moods, but we don't use them much. But there are moods in English as well. Example, indicative mood. By indicative mood, the ordinary statement. For example, we are students. Here, an ordinary statement is there. We are students. By this, we just indicate something, that is indicative mood. And suppose we need to ask a question. Are we students? Then it would be imperative. That's the second one, imperative mood. Thirdly, there is a mood called subjunctive mood. For example, God bless you. So supposed to be we say God blesses you. So we don't say God blesses you, but we say God bless you. So when we say God bless you, that's a bless is a subjunctive mood form. And for example, let him do it. We don't say let him does it or let he does it, but we say let him, may God bless you, peace be with you. So these all types are like in subjunctive what happens, like that might happen, that might not happen. For example, when I say peace be with you, that I don't say peace is with you. Suppose I say peace is with you, that will become an indicative statement. But when I say peace be with you, so it could happen or it could not happen, it would happen, it would not happen. So same way, God be with you, God bless you. So God may bless you or may not bless you. So here there is always a doubt or uncertainty here in subjunctive. So that's how we differentiate indicative and subjunctive. Here God is with you, indicative. Is God with you, imperative. God be with you, subjunctive. So in Greek, it's very important because the entire verb form may change based on these moods. So we need to be clear because in in English, we don't care about this mood much, but still know that it exists. Good. Okay. The next one, and here, one more thing I wanted to. Here, we'll add it here. So later, otherwise it would be problem. Okay, good. The second one is voice. In English, we have heard of active voice, passive voice. So here, in the active voice, the subject is doing. In the passive voice, to the subject, something is done. And there is also middle voice. We'll understand that. Suppose I say active voice. So here we say James ate an apple. It's an active voice because James is the active agent of this eating. An apple was eaten by Cheryl. So here an apple was eaten by. So the 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 action becomes a passive action because we are only emphasizing on the not on the agent who did it, but on the object to which it was done. So an apple was eaten by Cheryl. So we have the third voice. So what is this voice? Middle voice. Middle voice is somewhere in between. So in Greek, it's very clear, but in English, we use it, but we don't name it. There is no middle voice in English. But for example, I say, the door shut. I did not shut the door. The door was not shut by me. But I say, the door shut. The meeting ended. The meeting ended at 10 o'clock. Suppose we say the meeting ended at 10 o'clock. So somebody has to end the meeting. So for example, the president ended the meeting. It would be active. Suppose I say the meeting was ended by the president, it will be passive. But when I say the meeting ended, actually the meeting ends itself. So in the middle, actually it is it's itself. The door closed itself, or the door shut itself, the window shut itself. So we use it in English, but we don't name it. So it's called a middle voice. So here, the meeting was ended, passive voice. The president ended the meeting, active voice. The meeting ended, it would be middle voice. Maybe one more example. My mother shut the door, active. The door was shut by my mother, passive. The door shut, that is middle. So in the modern English, we use often like a phone switched off. Like either I switched off the phone or the phone is switched off by me, but the phone switches itself off. The computer turned off, light went off. So it's a middle voice actually. So somebody has to let the light go off, or somebody, or the action has to be done by somebody, or somebody does it. Like I shut the light off, but we say the light shut. So the door shut, that's a middle voice. We have it in English, but we don't name it. It's a middle. Coming to the person, we know first person, second person, third person. Here, by first person, the person speaking. Second person, the person spoken to. Third person, the person spoken about or spoken of. So I, it could be first person singular, and we, first person plural. Second, I am speaking to someone, talking to someone. That is you. First, it could be singular, plural. Third, so I'm talking about something, like about a person or about a thing. So it becomes about him, about her, or about it. So third person. Then coming to gender, we have masculine, feminine, neuter. So here in English, we have these three genders. In foreign language, suppose in Italian, we have only two, masculine and feminine. And here in English is, suppose I say good boy. Good boy, boy is masculine. Suppose I say good girl, it's a feminine. Suppose I say good phone, so phone is a neuter. So in English, the adjective does not change for gender. So good boy, good girl, good phone. But in Greek, it changes to accordingly. That's number one. So we need to classify which because all the nouns, all the lexical words could be classified into masculine gender, feminine gender, neuter gender. So to differentiate between English and Greek, in English also we have these three genders, but as far as the usage is concerned, these genders are only the gender categories. They are not lexical or grammatical categories because they hardly they change except for a few. Otherwise, we don't have any change at all. So masculine gender, feminine, and neuter. And then now last one, nominative. So here we can add vocative, and in you are a Latin student, you will have ablative. So we have actually 6 cases. So what do we mean by case? So first we'll understand the words, then we'll try to understand the concept. Nominative case, vocative case, genitive or possessive case, dative case, accusative case. Okay. Nominative. By nominative case means, so this case is used for nouns. So a noun could have different syntactical functions. By syntactical functions, we mean when we place the noun in a syntax, that is a sentence that has a different function. So it may be, for example, James is in the classroom. So here James is the subject. So James becomes the subject of that particular. That is the it becomes the prime noun or prime subject. So when the particular noun becomes the subject, then it becomes nominative case. So same. Suppose I say, well, let's take an example of God. God is with us, nominative. God. Suppose vocative from Latin, it is vocare. Vocare means to call. So from here only we get the word vocation, priestly vocation, religious vocation. So it's like a call. So by vocative we mean like you call somebody, oh God. So in English, what we do when we want to use vocative sense in a syntax, we usually add O. O Jerusalem, oh my God, oh my. So it's a O is added as an extra. But in Greek, it's not something added extra. So that word, for example, theos itself undergoes a change. So theos becomes dei. So that way we are able to make a different vocative senses. Vocative senses the calling out, second one. Third one, possessive, of God. Again, we use a preposition of God. But in Greek, it's not no separate word is needed. It's by itself. So of God, of James. So here of God. So God is same, word is same, but the syntactical function is different. Now the possessive, it expresses the possession. It expresses the belongingness. And coming to the dative is indirect object. Indirect object in the sense, I gave to God my sacrifice. I gave to God. Again, we use a preposition here in English, but in Greek it's not needed. Dative, we express an indirect object. And suppose I say, I meet God every day. I meet God. God becomes the object, so object becomes the accusative. Ablative, ablative is slightly different in the sense that something comes out of it. So, for example, the tree, we say, okay, the boy who comes out of the room is my brother. So the boy who comes out of the room. So for that they use in Latin ablative because it's a slightly possessive, but there is a direction. So then the direction is there, it becomes an ablative, but we don't have it Greek. So we will remove it.
Is it the
Yes.
qualifying class?
Qualifying class, yeah, that would be like that's different. Like relative class, you mean relative class or qualifying class?
Yeah,
You mean ablative,
yeah.
sir?
Yes, fine.
Yeah, more or less. It has different. I just set one example of direction, so it is like a qualifying thing, correct, sir? To be specific. Very good.
Father,
So,
can you give us an example of genitive case?
yeah, okay. Genitive case. This is the work of God, or this is God's work. Of God. So in English, when we want to express possession, we use either of God or we use the apostrophe God's. Cheryl's pen. So the pen of Cheryl. So Cheryl, we use apostrophe and yes. So that's the genitive.
Can we say
clear?
son of God?
Yeah, son of God. Very good. Son of God. So here of God is genitive. Okay. But when we see the examples, it will be clear. So, but the concept is clear.
Father, give an example for accusative, no?
Okay. So once again, case is little tricky. Okay. By case we mean its case is applied for nouns. Okay. A noun can have different syntactical functions. So we say syntactical, by syntax is a sentence. It can have different functions. So one noun can act as a subject or act as an object. So when it acts as an object, it could be indirect, direct. Okay. We begin with, suppose a noun is a subject. nominative. Okay, noun, nominative. Suppose subjects are the noun as to express the possession, genitive, genitive or possessive. Suppose the noun has to be called out, vocative. So vocative is very rare in English, but we use it, but we don't have it vocative case. Then we use these two regularly, dative case and accusative case. So dative is indirect object. For example, I gave him the pen. I gave him the pen. Okay. So here I, how do we divide each one? I is the subject. Gave would be verb.
Verb.
Okay. Then so we are, the last one is little complicated. I gave him the pen.
Okay.
So here two objects are there. Him is there, in the sense I gave to him the pen. I gave him the pen, so that him is indirect object.
Indirect object.
Indirect object, and the pen is, in fact, it is I gave the pen, that's all. So something added, I gave to him or I gave him the pen. So him is indirect object, that is IO, then pen is the direct object, DO. Clear? So that indirect object is in the dative case and direct object is in the accusative case. Good? Clear? Okay, super. Okay, so good. So just if these are clear, then automatically things will flow. Very good. Okay. That having said, now let's try to go to the declension. So we'll begin with declension, something. Yes.
Father, I can't see your screen.
Okay, I'll share it now. Okay, good. So we have here declension. So what do we mean by declension? Okay, so there are two words to remember here. One word is conjugation, another word is declension. So suppose here we need to add here conjugation. So what is a conjugation? What is a declension? So by conjugation, declension, okay, both mean change. Okay, if verb undergoes change, it's called conjugation. If non-verbs undergo change, they are called declensions. Okay, it's a, if you are familiar with the Latin or any other European languages, this will be clear. Conjunzione, then declensione. So conjugation and declension. Suppose I say, in English, we take example, I take, you take, he takes, we take, you take, they take. Here, the verb take is conjugated, which means modified. Where it's modified actually, it's the third person. It's very rare. Conjugation is very rare. But look at the conjugation here in Greek. Eimi, ei, estin, esmen, este, eisin. For all these numbers, persons and number, there is a modification. So that modification is called conjugation. Suppose we have here declension. So what is a declension? Declension also implies a change, but change in a non-verbal categories like adjective. Suppose adjective undergoes a change, declension. Noun undergoes a change, it is declension. We don't have a change in the nouns except for the number. Other than that, so for example, I say I take, you take. So that's here, that's together with it. Suppose I say word. Word is everywhere word in English. But in Greek, when it comes to here, we'll see shortly. Here, declension, you see here how it changes. Logos, I translate here, word. Loge, o word. Logu, of a word. Logon, to a word. Then accusative is again word. Then plural, logoi, words. Logoi again same, o words. Logon, of words. Logois, two words. Then logus, words. Now, we may have a little hesitation see here. If it undergoes change like that, there are millions of nouns and adjectives, should we remember them all? So two things make life easier. Number one, there are only 3 declensions. So this is second type. So we need not worry. So all these, if we learn these 3 declensions, many of the nouns, there are some irregular ones, but still many could be brought under these 3 declensions. So the first word of consolation is we need to learn only 3 declensions. That is first consolation. Second consolation is still better, that we are now only concerned about the passive Greek. We are not going to form Greek sentences. So what we need to see is only we need to look at the ending. Look here, logos. If it's os, it is nominative. If it is a, vocative. If it is u, genitive. If it is o, omega with iota, dative. If it is on, it is accusative. So it's easier if we identify the endings alone, because for passive Greek, only it's enough that we identify, okay, os, a, u, o, on. So number one consolation, only 3 declensions are there in Greek. Number two, second consolation is that only we need to identify, we are not going to create. So that way, let's not get panicked about these conjugations and declension, but only let's concentrate how it undergoes change. And also from practical point of view, like when we try to learn this, actually from my experience, I would say that it enlarges our own perspective about a language, about a culture. So that way it's a mathematical exercise also to keep our mind young and mind active. Good. Now let's go to the declension of definite articles. So I said earlier, declension is anything of non-verbs. So here definite article also will undergo change, and that change is called declension. So let's come to the main screen. Now, am I clear with the word conjugation and declension? Yes. So conjugation has to do with the verbs and declension has to do with all other non-verbs. Super. Good. Now let's take the declension of definite article. So you may take your lesson also. I have taken from the lesson only. So lesson 1, 2, 3, or you can look at the screen here. First, I will use the slide, then I will write and show you. Okay, declension of definite article. Okay, first we understand what is definite and what is indefinite and how do we differentiate it. Good. Okay, let's take Hindi. Hindi, does it have definite article? Hindi?
I don't know for
In
that.
Hindi, do we have definite article? No.
No,
We
Father.
don't have. Okay,
Don't remember, Father.
Not sure.
Studied long time.
we don't have. Okay, we don't have in Indo-European languages. I mean the so-called Indic languages we don't have. Okay, in Tamil also we don't have it. In Malayalam, Kannada, you speak Kannada? Marathi? Okay, Marathi is there? No. Okay, and how do we express the definite sense? Suppose in Hindi. Suppose you want to say, I want to buy an apple, and this is the apple that I bought. How would you differentiate in Marathi? Maybe Dagmar and Cheryl.
Yeah, Father, I think in Hindi or Marathi, you would just point to that object with the ye. Ye,
Okay.
ye.
Yeah. Okay.
मुझे
So,
ये लेना है, मुझे वो लेना है. It's either this or that.
okay. So in English, how do we say this or that?
This.
Yes.
So in our own Indian languages, we don't have the concept of definiteness, but for that we use demonstrative adjective. Okay, demonstrative adjective. So this pen, in the pen, on the pen. So a wala, o wala. So that is a, o. So that is we have used the demonstration. So we don't have this definite article is not in our own language. It's a completely new. Okay, suppose word phone. Phone is there. The word phone, do we give a definite sense or indefinite sense?
Indefinite sense, Mother.
Okay. When we say phone, we give an indefinite sense always. Suppose we want to give a definite sense. What do we use in English?
The phone.
The. Very good. So the phone, and we give a definiteness to that particular object. So the is a definite article. Suppose in Greek we say logos. Logos could be translated as word or a word. Like in English, phone could be translated as phone or a phone.
A phone.
Okay. Or
Indefinite.
one phone. In the same way, logos in Greek could be translated as word or a word. So for indefinite sense, we don't use any article. We don't say a. For example, I bought an apple. There, for indefinite sense, in English, we have a word an. But there is no an type, but we could use one, but there is no word for indefiniteness in Greek. But only for definiteness, we have the word that is called definite article. Okay, that's number one. Number two, definite article functions like adjective. Okay, why does it function like adjective? Because it, by grammatical rule, it agrees with the noun it qualifies. Again, let's take the previous example. Good boy, good girl. Good boy, good girl. Okay, good boy, good girl. So here it's in English, good is same. Good boy, good girl. Suppose we say in Italian, bello ragazzo, bella ragazza. So ragazza is girl, so we use a, bella. Bella ragazza, bello ragazzo. So good boy or beautiful boy, handsome boy, bello, we use o. But for feminine, we use bella. So bello, bella. And since this one, it functions because it has to qualify the noun. Same way, the articles behave like adjectives, so they have to undergo change. For example, the boy will be one thing, the girl will be another thing, because that word the has to undergo change according to the gender and number of the person. Concept is clear? In English, we have definite article, but that does not undergo any change. The boy, the girl, the boys, the girls. So the remains the same for all genders, all numbers. But when it comes to any European language, for that matter, Greek, it undergoes change according to the person and according to the number and according to the gender. So number, gender. By number, we mean singular and plural. By gender, we mean feminine, masculine, and neuter. Concept is clear? Okay, if that concept is okay, now we go to understand here. Look here. So singular, masculine, feminine, neuter. So by singular, we mean number. By okay, I share the screen.
The screen is not on.
Okay. So by singular, we mean number. Then by masculine, feminine, neuter, we mean gender. Again, at the bottom, by plural, we mean number. Then masculine, feminine, neuter, we mean gender. Okay. And also we have cases here. Okay. And nominative, genitive, accusative, because vocative we don't use for definite sense, like the God, we don't say. We just say, oh God. So we don't have vocative case. So here, nominative, genitive, date. So quickly to revise, nominative is the subject, noun becomes a subject, noun becomes an expression of possession, noun becomes an indirect object, here noun becomes a direct object. Okay. So just you, as I said earlier, don't panic. We need not remember, we need not memorize, only we need to identify. Okay, good. Look here, ho. So it is Omicron with hard, with rough breathing. So it is ho. Here it is he. Here it is to. Suppose I say ho Jesus, which means the Jesus, supposed to be the Jesus. Ho Deus. Suppose I say he Basileia. Basileia is a feminine. He the kingdom. Suppose for the timing, let's understand for English we take. Ho Victor. He Cheryl. To computer. Ho, John. Hey, Zenith. To, phone. Ho, James. Hey, Ivanka. To, laptop. Or suppose we say, Ho, Terence. Hey, Alicia. Then to, book. You get the meaning? So ho is for masculine, he is for feminine, to is for neuter, singular. So neuter, singular is to, he, ho. So no confusion at all. Ho means it is masculine, singular, nominative. So by looking at the letter here, we are able to only identify.
One small doubt further.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for interruption.
No.
See, you have taken our names as the example
okay.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when the names are coming, do we use the
we use article.
We use the definite article?
Yeah, we use definite
do
article.
You?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Example,
Thank
Jesus
you for that.
is always written as the Jesus, ho Jesus, except a few cases. Okay. But in some texts we have like that, but in the earlier Alexandrian Greek we don't have that. Maybe they wanted to give emphasis, maybe. Otherwise, for example, the names like Paulos. So these names are written like just like in English, they without article. Okay.
But are we now studying Koine Greek further? Koine Greek
means
is also
even in the Koine Greek,
right?
there are differences. Yeah, okay. Luke has one style, Mark has another style. So you will see both. You will see both.
Okay. Thank you for
that. Okay, good. Thank you, sir. So, but in English, we don't use it. Okay, good. So maybe we, for the understanding's sake, we have this particular, our own examples. So masculine singular, feminine singular, to. So it's nothing confusing. Ho, he, to. The next one, to, genitive, to, taste, to. So here we may be confused, neuter also to and masculine also to. But just it's enough that you identify. U sound is always genitive or possessive. So whenever you hear U sound, it's always genitive. Then U in feminine becomes A. And how do we identify feminine? It's all the more, it's easier because there will be always eta. So eta, eta, eta. So if eta is there, just naturally we can say it's feminine. So it is taste, to neuter. And for dative, it's simpler than the other because dative always will have iota subscript. So to remember dative, you remember iota. So in English, indirect object, that iota, E, I. That you think of that I, you think of that dative, to, te, to. Then accusative, most of the times it has nu ending. Tone, tain, to. Tone, te, to. Just let's take this example. With this, we'll conclude. Look here. Logos, O. U, I said U will always be genitive. Then iota subscript always dative. Then again, nu sound is always accusative. So these three easily we can easily find out. Vocative is already vocative, usually drops the last letter. So logo, so last letter is dropped. So we can say it's vocative. So logo, logo, logon. So we'll stop here and the plural we'll see tomorrow.